Welcome back to the Business Growth Playbook podcast, where we help entrepreneurs, investors, community leaders, organizations build sustainable growth systems that create wealth and lasting impact. I am your host, Dr. Oladele. Today's episode is a very powerful follow-up to our discussion on attracting investors into your community. Because attracting investors is one thing, actually raising millions is another. Many communities have incredible projects: housing development, industrial parks, community markets, agricultural processing facilities, schools, hospitals, renewable energy projects. But they never get funded, not because the projects are bad, not at all, but because they don't know how to structure capital. They don't know how to structure capital. Today's episode is titled How to Raise Millions for Your Community Development Projects. How to raise millions for community development projects. By the end of this episode, you will understand where large scale capital comes from, the different funding sources available, how investors evaluate projects, the community capital stack model, how to package your projects to attract millions. Let's get started. Stage one: stop looking for one investor. Stop looking for one investor. One of the biggest mistakes community leaders make is believing one wealthy individual will fund everything. That rarely happens. Large projects are usually funded through multiple sources. Think about a $10 million project. The money can come from equity investors, banks, development finance institutions, government grants, corporate sponsorships, philanthropic organizations. Professional fundraisers build capital stacks. Professional fundraisers build capital stacks. They don't depend on a single source. Let me take that again. The money can come from equity investors, banks, development finance institutions, government grants, corporate sponsors, philanthropic organizations. Ask yourself, am I looking for one investor or building a funding ecosystem? The answer determines your success. Let me take that question again. Am I looking for one investor or building a funding ecosystem? The answer determines your success. Stage two, understanding the community capital stack. Understanding the community capital stack. The smartest projects combine different types of capital. Imagine a $20 million community project. Layer one, grants, $2 million. What will it be used for? Planning, research, feasibility studies. Layer two, philanthropic capital, $3 million. What will it be used for? Social impact initiatives. Layer three, commercial debt, $8 million. Bank financing. Layer four, equity investment, $7 million. From private investors seeking returns. Together, they fund the entire project. That is $20 million. This is how major developments are financed worldwide. Stage 3, the 7 sources of community capital. The 7 sources of community capital. Source 1, angel investors. Angel investors. These are high net worth individuals. They typically invest $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, $500,000 plus. Best for early stage projects, community businesses, startups. Source number 2, private equity. Private equity. Private equity firms seek strong management, scalable opportunities, significant returns. They can invest millions, but they demand professional execution. Source number 3, development finance institutions. Development finance institutions. These institutions support economic development. They often finance infrastructure, agriculture, housing, renewable energy. Many communities overlook these opportunities. Are you the one they're talking about? Are you the one we are talking about? Source number 4, commercial banks. Banks fund projects with strong cash flow, assets, predictable revenue. Banks don't finance dreams. Listen and listen carefully. Banks don't finance dreams. They finance certainty. They finance certainty. Source number 5, impact investors. Impact investors. These investors seek financial returns, social impacts. They are perfect for affordable housing, healthcare, education, agriculture. Source number 6, corporate partnerships. Corporate partnerships. Large corporations often invest in communities through sponsorships, CSR initiatives, economic development partnerships. Community rarely pursue this strategically. Now we are at source number 7, community investment funds. This is where local residents invest together. Instead of waiting for outsiders, communities can create investment vehicles that pool local capital. Stage 4, why investors say no. Why investors say no. Most projects get rejected for predictable reasons. Reason number 1, no feasibility study. Investors want evidence, not assumptions. Reason number 2, weak leadership. A great project with weak leadership is uninvestable. A great project with weak leadership is uninvestable. Reason number 3, no revenue model. No revenue model. Investors need clarity on income, expenses, profitability. Reason number 4, unclear ownership. Unclear ownership. Who owns the project? Who controls decisions? Who receives profits? These questions must be answered. Reason number 5, poor documentation. Poor documentation. Many opportunities fail because paperwork is incomplete. Professional presentation matters. Stage 5, Building an investor-ready project. Building an investor-ready project. This is very important. Every project should include executive summary, concise overview, business plan, the operational roadmap, financial model, detailed projections, market analysis, proof of demand, risk assessment, in identification and mitigation strategies, management team, who will execute, investment structure, how investors participate. Imagine a potential investor asks, can I review your documents? Would you be ready today? Would you be ready today? Stage 6, the community fundraising formula. The community fundraising formula. Step 1, start with a vision. Start with vision. People invest in transformation. People invest in transformation. Show the future. Step 2, quantify impact. Quantify impact. Quantify impact. Instead of saying we all create jobs, say we all create 500 direct jobs and 2,000 indirect jobs. Specificity builds confidence. Step 3, quantify returns. Quantify returns. Investors need numbers, not inspiration. Investors need numbers, not inspiration. Step 4, reduce risk. Every risk should have a mitigation plan. Every risk should have a mitigation plan. Step 5, create momentum. Investors like momentum. Secure anchor investors, strategic partners, government support. Early commitments attract larger commitments. Stage 7, how to pitch community projects. How to pitch community projects. Many leaders spend 30 minutes discussing needs. Investors lose interest. Instead, use this structure. The opportunity. What problems are you solving? The market. Who needs it? The economics. How does it make money? The team. Who is leading it? The ask. How much capital is required? The return. What do investors receive? This structure dramatically improves fundraising effectiveness. Let me take that again. Use this structure. The opportunity. What problems are you solving? The market. Who needs it? The economics. How does it make money? The team. Who is leading it? The ask. How much capital is required? The return. What do investors receive? The structure dramatically improves fundraising effectiveness. Stage number 8, the community capital accelerator framework. The community capital accelerator framework. C for clarify vision. Clarify vision. Define the transformation. A for assess opportunities. Assess opportunity. Validate demand. P for package professionally. Package professionally. Create investor-ready materials. I identify capital sources. Build a diversified funding strategy. T for track results. Measure outcomes. A. Attract strategic partners. Build credibility. L. Leverage early wins. Leverage early wins. Use success to attract larger investors. This is the capital framework. I just told you the capital framework from C through A, through P, through T, through A, through L. Capital framework. Stage 9. Case study example. Case study example. Imagine a company wants to build a $15 million agro-processing hub. Instead of seeking one investor, they secure $1 million grant funding, $2 million philanthropic support, $5 million bank financing, $7 million private equity investment. The project becomes achievable because leadership focused on structuring capital rather than chasing a miracle investor. This is how serious projects get funded. This is how serious projects get funded. In closing, communities that raise millions don't necessarily have the best projects. Again, communities that raise millions don't necessarily have the best projects. They have the best preparation. Capital goes where leadership is credible, opportunities are clear, risks are managed, returns are visible. Your ability to raise capital is directly connected to your ability to package opportunity. Your ability to raise capital is directly connected to your ability to package opportunity. The call to action. If you found value in this episode, share it with your community leaders, send it to non-profit executives, forward it to economic development agencies, discuss it with your local business association. And remember, money rarely follows needs. Money follows structure, confidence, and opportunity. Money rarely follows need. Money follows structure, confidence, and opportunity. This is the Business Growth Playbook podcast. Until next time, keep building, keep leading, keep creating investment-ready communities.